This is the Roulette Master, and I just received an unbelievable email from a guy named Greg. He said he was at the casino the other night, and he was losing, and he saw the guy next to him just kept on winning. He said this guy's name was Jack, and he started watching him and seeing what he was doing, and he said this is the most unbelievable roulette system you'll ever use, and he started copying him, and he said he has not lost since. So that is awesome, and we're going to share this with you today and test it in a head-to-head matchup with Kentucky White's 9 Streets, which is a fantastic system, and we're going to start with that first. So let's go ahead and place the bets, and we're going to start with 3 streets anywhere you want them with Kentucky White's 9 Streets, and let's go ahead and spin. That's a $15 total bet. All right, this is going to be exciting. I can't wait to see how both these incredible systems do today. And we lost that one, and what we do now is we go ahead and we add 3 more streets in, and then we're going to go ahead and spin again here at $30 total bet now, and let's see what we get. That's a 24 black, and we lost again. And once you get to 9 streets, let's add in 3 more. You go ahead and double the bet, and then you need to get 2 wins. So now we have 9 streets, but before we get to 9 streets, we do not have to do that. That's a 30 red, and we lost again. So we're going to go ahead and double again to 180, and let's get a couple wins. Here we go. There we go, 19 red. Now we're going to get back on track. There's 1 win of $60. Let's rebet and spin. And since we had so many losses, we're going to need 3 wins to recover on this one. That's a 27 red. There's a second win. We're at minus 15. We're going to rebet and spin, and let's see what we get here. That's a 6 black. And we got it. So we're up $45. We pick 3 streets again, and then spin, and here we go. That's a 1 red, and we should have left them where we were at. That would have been an awesome win on just 3 streets, but we'll add 3 more now. You can put them wherever you want, and then spin again. And until you get to 9 streets, 1 win will be good enough to reset. That's a 29, and we lost again. So we have to go to 9 streets again. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, and 3, and then double up. Now we need a couple wins unless we have more losses, and here we go. That's a 12 red. There's 1 win. We need 2. So let's rebet and spin and see if we can get a second win here with Kentucky White's 9 Streets. That's a 24 black. And we won again. So now we're up $60. Let's pick 3 streets again and spin, and eventually we'll hit on just 3, and it's going to pay really well. That's a 14 red, and we lost that one, so we'll add 3 more in and then spin, and here we go. That's a 32 red, and we won. So if you win before you get to 9 streets, you just restart. We're up $75 now. We've got 3 streets picked, and let's spin. And I can't wait till we hit one with just the 3. It'll happen eventually, and sometimes back to back. Let's go ahead and add 3 more. And then spin. And here we go. That's a 2 black, and we lost again. So we're back to 9 streets. Let's add 3 more in. 1, 2, and 3. And then double up and spin. Now we need to get 2 wins, unless we have more losses along the way. Here we go. That's a 23 red. Okay, there's 1 win. Let's rebet and spin. And let's see what we get here. That's a 29 black. There's our second win. Now we're up $90, and we pick 3 streets again. And start again, and we'll just keep moving these 3 streets around that we start with. And that's a 19 red. And that was close, but we didn't get it. Let's add 3 more in. And then spin. We don't double up till we get to 9. And here we go. That's a 34 red. And we missed it. So let's go ahead and add 3 more in. Just like that, and then double up. Now we need to get 2 wins. And here we go. Let's get a win right here. That's a 36 red, and that's a loss, so we're going to need to double up again. So we're going to go from 90 to 180 and spin. And I bet we get the win here. Well, let's see what we get. Oh my goodness, another 36. That's rough. So let's double up again. This is a $2,000 bankroll system with $5 units. And if you want to play this for less, just divide everything by 5 and use dollar units. And we lost again. You got to be kidding me. So that doesn't usually happen with this many numbers, but I bet we get the win here. Let's go ahead and get one here. That's a 29 black. All right, thank goodness. We finally got a win. You can see we're minus 345, so we need to get probably 2 more wins here before resetting. And that's an 18 red. Okay, that gets us to minus 105. We need 1 more. And that was very unlucky. That's a 25 red. There we go. Now we're up 135 and we restart. So let's pick 3 and spin. And here we go. That's a 7 red. And we lost. Let's add 3 more in. Not like that. Here we go. And spin. And usually get more wins than we have so far with 6 streets. And you can make a lot of profit when you win with 6 streets. But we keep going to 9 streets, but that's okay. Let's recover again. And then double up to 45 to 90 and spin. That takes all the $5 bets to $10 on each. And that's a $30 win. We're up 120. So we need a second win here at $90. So we started at 45 and now we're at 90. Oh my goodness, a 0. That is not great. So let's go ahead and double up to 180 and then let's get our 2 wins so we can reset. Okay, that's an 18 red. That should be a win. And we'll take it, and we're up 90. We need another one of those. And let's get it right here. I think we'll get the win on this one. Let's see what we get. There we go. That's a 23 red. Okay, so we're up 150. Let's pick 3 and start again. And I'm telling you, eventually we're going to hit a couple of these ones with just 3 streets. I just haven't done it yet, and that's a 23 red. And we've come close. Let's add 3 more in. And spin. All right, here we go. That's a 15 black. And we finally won one with just 6. That usually happens a lot. We're up 165. And what you're going to notice is we'll probably start getting a lot of wins with just 6 streets. And that's when the profits really grow. But let's see what happens here. That's a 29 black. We missed again. We've been close. Let's add 3 more in. And then spin. Now we're at 6. And let's get another win here with the high number. We didn't do it, though. That's a 14 red. Okay, we're going to go to 9 again. So let's do that. And then double up from 45 to 90 and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 16 red. There's 1 win. We'll rebet and spin. Again, we have 10 on each now. So if you want to change your bankroll from 2,000, just divide it by 5, and you'll have a $400 bankroll. And you can use dollar units instead of $5 units. We're up $180. We'll pick 3 new streets. And spin. And let's see if we can get a win on just 3. That's a 20 black. Hey, we finally did it. That's a nice $45 win. Now we're up to 25. So you can see that really pays off when you do that. And let's go ahead and start with 3 streets again here and spin. And here we go. That's a 30 red. And how about that? We did it back to back. 2 $45 wins. Now we're up 270. So our luck is starting to change. And let's see what we get on this one. That's awesome. That's a 3 red. That's a loss. So we'll add 3 more in. And let's see if we can get some more wins with just 6 of them out there. That's how you really get your profits up there. Here we go. And not going to do it by hitting a 0. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add 3 more. And then double up and spin. And here we go. Let's get a win. A double zero, huh? That's not fantastic. So let's double up again. This is why we have a $2,000 bankroll, in case something like this happens, and we still have plenty more chances to get it back. That's an 8 black. There we go. There's one win. Let's rebet it. Spin at 180 total bet. See if we can get another win here. Don't hit the zero. It tried to, didn't it? That's a 28 black. But we lost that one. So you can see we're at 9 streets, so we have to double up again. 360 total bet. We got a couple more chances here, but we need to get some wins. That's a 17 black. There we go. 120 win. We're up 135. Let's get another one here. And I think we will. Let's see what we get. That's a 20 black. Okay, we're up 255, and we're going to restart back at 5 on 3 streets and spin, and here we go. Okay, that's a 32 red. Okay, we lost, so let's add 3 more in, and let's start winning some more with just 6 streets. That's how you really escalate your profits, and let's get a win here. And that's not going to do it. That's a 1 red. So we're going to go ahead and go to 9 streets again. 1, 2, and 3. And then double that up and try to get 2 wins. Here we go. We're using our bankroll to our advantage here. And that's a 29 black. That's 1 win. We're up 240. Let's get a second one so we can reset here. And let's see what we get. Okay, that's a good one. 33 black. Hey, fantastic. We're up 270, and we'll pick 3 more streets. And spin. And let's see if we can get a win with just 3. Here we go. That's a 31 black. We did not do that, so we'll add 3 more in, and let's see if we can get a win with just 18 numbers. And let's spin. Here we go. Got half of it covered. And that's a 28 black. All right, fantastic. That's a $30 win, up 285. And again, that's how you really escalate your profits. We'll do this one right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's a 6 black. We'll add 3 more in now. Let's see if we can keep this going with winning on 6 streets. And here we go. That's a 4 black. Okay, we missed it, so we're going to 9 again. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll double up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we need 1 more. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're at $90 total bet. And here we go. That's a 13 black. There we go. $30 win, up 275. Let's get a second win right here. And here we go. That's a 27 red. Fantastic. We're up $305. And I can't wait for this is doing fantastic, but I can't wait for the new Jack's Trifecta coming up. That's a 29 black. And we lost, so let's add 3 more in. Okay, and then spin. 6 streets covered now. We haven't doubled or anything like that yet. That's a 34 red. All right, and if you win with 6, you just reset. So now we're up 320. And here we go. Let's go ahead and spin again and keep making money with Kentucky White's 9 streets. And I hit a 0 right away. We've hit a lot of zeros today, but let's add 3 more in. And spin. And if we lose this one, we'll double up and try to get 2 wins. That's a 25 red. There's one of them. We're up 335. Let's get a second win here so we can restart. And this is doing incredible. So that's a 3 red. Okay, we lost that one. So we're going to double up. I'm sorry, not double up yet. We have to go to 3 before we double up. So I'm just going to put 10 on each of these, and then we'll be where we normally are. And now we have 9 streets and 10 on each instead of 5. That's a 22 black. And we lost, so we're going to double up. 90 to 180 and spin. And I bet we get the win here. Let's see. That's a 4 black. Okay, there's one win. We're up 275. Let's get a second one here. And actually, this will be our last spin. That's a 24 black. Ouch, we lost it. So let's go ahead and finish this out since we're right at the 15-minute mark. So we doubled up to 360, and let's spin. That's a 34 red. Ouch, we lost again. So coming down the stretch here, we got to get a win here at 720. Let's do it. That's a 35 black. You got to be kidding me. So we have $1,000 left in the bankroll. We can't double the bet. So let's just spin again here. We're going to need more than 2 wins though. And here we go. Oh my God, and a 0. That is crazy. Okay, well that just shows you it happened right at the end of the 15 minutes. We almost lost our entire bankroll, but that's why you always want to cash out. And Kentucky White would tell you the same thing. Cash out when you're up a good amount. We were, up over $300 or $400 at one point. Cash out and declare victory over the casino. But we always test them for 15 minutes just so you can see what the risks are. But that is a really good system. Just ran into a buzzsaw there at the end. So again, hope you enjoyed that. And now it is time for the incredible new roulette system of the day. So let's just jump right in and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for Jack's Trifecta. One of my subscribers, Greg, said he saw this guy winning with this system, and he copied him and has not lost yet. So I can't wait to share with you how this works and why it works. So we're going to start with a $5 bet on red, a $5 bet on 1 to 18, and then a $5 bet on odd. And let's explain why here at the start. So there's more odd numbers than even in the first 18, so we're betting on odd. And red, there is more red numbers than black in the first 18. So so that's the premise of this, but also the way we play it's going to matter a lot. So let's go ahead and spin, and I'll share with you how this system works. Here we go. That's an 11 black. Okay, that's a $5 win there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to increase those from 5 to 10 each and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 3 red. And that's a $30 win there. So that's a trifecta. We hit all 3. And now we're going to go ahead and go back to $5. So let's do that. 5, 5, and 5. And we'll talk about why we're doing this again. We're up 35. So let's go ahead and spin here first. And then I need to share with you how this progression works as well. We lost that one. So everything goes up by $5. So let's go ahead and go from 5 to 10 on each and spin. And here we go. That's a 32 red. Okay, that's a $10 loss. We go up by $5 on each. So now there's 15 on each. And let's go ahead and spin again here. Okay, that's a 10 black. Okay, a $15 loss. We go up by 5 again. Okay, now we're at 20 each. We're at minus 5 total. So let's get a win right here. Okay, that's a 17 black. Okay, that's a $20 win, but we're going to continue to increase by 5. So now we're at 25 each, 75 total, and then we'll check our balance after this. Okay, that's a 2 black. Okay, that's a $25 loss. We're going to increase by 5. Okay, now we're at 30 each, and we're at minus 10 total. Let's go ahead and spin. That's a 19 red. Okay, $30 win there. We're up $20, and we're going to increase by 5 again. Okay, now we're at 35 each, 105 total. And here we go. That's an 8 black. That's a $35 loss, so we're going to increase again. Now we're at 40 each, minus 15 total. So we're hanging around where we started, but let's get a win. That's a 16 red. That's a $40 win. We're up 25. We're going to go up by $5 again. So now we're at 45 each. And here we go again. Let's see what we get. And that's a 7 red. That's what we were looking for. That's a $135 trifecta win. Now we're up $160. So we go back to 5, 5, and 5. And again, there's more red numbers than black in the first 18. There's more odd numbers than even in the first 18. And then we're on red, 5, 5, and 5. We're going to keep increasing by $5 until we hit all three. And that's a 34 red. And along the way, you'll get some wins and some losses. And that's okay. We're going to go to 10 each, $30 total. And again, this is Jack's trifecta. And that's a 5 red. And there's a trifecta right there. We're up 185 now. So we go back to 5, 5, and 5. And spin. And here we go. That's a 13 black. We hit 2 out of 3. Okay, so that's a win, but we continue to increase by $5. So now we're at 10 each, and we're up 190. Let's go ahead and spin. And you can it really pays off if you go a ways without winning. And that's an 8 black. That's a $10 loss, especially if you have some wins on the way that keep you, settled in at where your profit levels are, and then you get a big win. And the reason I say that's because you're not going to get all losses. That's a $15 loss there. You're not going to get all losses on the way. You're going to get some wins. And we're up 165. We went up by 5 again, and here we go. And there we go again, 7 red. We like that. That's a $60 win. We're up 225 now. So we're back to 5, 5, and 5. And we're looking for the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, the 9. And then let's go ahead and spin again here. Back to 5, 5, and 5. Okay, that's a 25 red. $5 win will increase by 5. Okay, and here we go. All right, let's go ahead and spin again. And okay, now we're at $30 total. But there's more red than black in the first 18. That's a 28 black. That's a $30 loss. Let's go ahead and go up by 5 on each. Now we're at 15, 15, and 15, or $45 total. So the more that you can get partial wins, along the way, the better you're going to be when you finally hit the trifecta. And that's just like right there. We continue to increase. We're at 20, 20, and 20 now. We're up $215. So if you can get some partial wins while you're building up the bets, it's going to be huge when it hits. And that's a 33. $20 loss there. Let's go ahead and increase by 5. 25, 25, and 25. Up 195 total now. And let's spin. That's a 34 red. I was looking at that 5 red there, but went right over the top of it. That's a $25 loss. We'll go to 30, 30, and 30. And let's see if we can get some partial wins along the way here. If we can get 2 out of 3. That's an 18 red. That's 2 out of 3. That's a $30 win. That's what I'm talking about. We're up 200, and we're going to keep increasing. So if you can get some wins like that along the way and keep your profits steady and then hit the big one, it's going to really pay. And that's an 18 red. We'll take that again. $35 win, up to 35, and we'll keep increasing. So now we're at 40, 40, and 40, and let's spin. So you're not going to always be losing until you get the win. That's the real cool thing with this. And that's a 4 black. That's a $40 loss. So we're going to go ahead and increase by 5 again. And we're up 195. This is a 135 total bet now. That's a 16 red. $45 win. Back up to 40. And we're going to increase again to 50, 50, and 50. And we're looking for Jack's trifecta. Here we go. And that's a 31 black. $50 loss. Let's increase again. Okay, we're up 190, and let's spin. And we're looking to hit all 3. And that's a 25 red. That's 2 out of 3. So we'll take a $55 win there. We're back up to 45. So that's the cool thing about this is you're not really losing ground as long as you're getting some partial wins. And that's a 14 red. That's 2 out of 3. Okay, $60 win. Now we're at 305. We're continuing to increase. Now we're at 65, 65, and 65. This is going to be huge when it hits. That's another win. 16 red. We'll take it. $65 win. We're up 370. And man, this is going to be huge when it hits. All right, here we go. Let's go over the numbers we need. And that's one of them right there, a 7 red. That's a $210 win. Now we're at $580, and we restart. And the numbers that are the jackpots are the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 9. And man, when they hit, it is awesome. So let's go back to 5, 5, and 5 again and spin. And a lot of systems that try to do something like this continually lose until they get a jackpot. But this one has a way of getting 2 out of 3 and getting wins along the way, and then hitting the jackpot, which I like. And that's a 0. We lost again. Okay, so then you lose all 3 when you hit the 0. So let's increase again to 15, 15, and 15. And this is awesome so far. Let's see how it continues to do. That's a 10 black. Okay, it's a $15 loss, up $530. Let's increase. We're going to continue to increase by $5 on every spin until we hit it. And that's a 34 red. That's a $20 loss. Let's increase. And unless, of course, you cash out and declare victory, like I always say. And that's the best thing to do. If you're up over $500, cash out and declare victory. Don't continue to play until the next time. Just know that you're a winner for the day. We're going to increase again here and spin. We're not really getting the partial wins this time. Let's see what happens. That's a 23 red. That should be 2 out of 3. That's a $30 win. That helps. We're back up $515. We'll keep increasing. And let's spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 4 black, and that's a loss. $35 loss, up $480. Let's increase again. And spin. And here we go. So there's more red odd numbers than even numbers in that 1 to 18. And let's go ahead and increase again. $40 loss. And let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 28 black. That can't be good. It's a $135 loss. We're back to only up 305. So let's continue to increase and spend. We're at 150 total bet now. Let's get the trifecta. That's a 2 black, and continuing to have some losses here. That's a $50 loss. We're up 255. And let's go ahead and spin. And let's see if we can get that trifecta one more time. That's an 18 red. That's at least a win. So that's good. That's a $55 win. We're up 310. So we'll continue to increase. Now we're at 60, 60, and 60. And here we go. That's a 16 red. That's another win. Okay, $60 win, up 370. So we're getting some partial wins now. We're going to go up by 5 again. And let's hit that trifecta. Ooh, we almost hit a 1 red. That would have been nice, but we hit the worst. That was a double 0. So let's go ahead and increase again. Okay, we're up 175, and we need to eventually hit one of these. Let's see what we get. That's a 6 black, and that's not a win. That's a $70 loss, up 105 now. So we're about to, if we lose any more, we're going to be down for the first time, and then we're going to have to see how long it takes to hit. And that's really bad. That's a 2 red. $75 loss, up $30 now. Let's keep increasing. This is why we should have cashed out when we were up 600, but that's not how we do things on the channel. That's what you should do when you're playing in the casino. But we're always going to test them on the channel for the full 15 minutes so you can see the ups and the downs of each system. Let's hit an odd low red number. There we go, 3 red. That should at least get us back ahead again, and we're up 205. So we restart, and you can see we're not going to try to get it all back now. We're going to just stay right where we're at, up $205 and spin. And yeah, don't be greedy and try to get it all back on one spin. So that's a 32 red, and that's a $5 loss. We're going to go up another unit. So once you hit the trifecta, go ahead and restart. But remember, we should have cashed out. Well, if you're playing in the casino yourself, if you get up, $300, $400, $500 on a system like this, go ahead and just just cash out and declare victory over the casino. It feels awesome to know that no matter what, you're going to win for the day. And usually the biggest losses that people have are when they're up a lot and then they lose. So keep that in mind. And we're going to keep going up. Now we're at 20, 20, and 20. And here we go. So the way you make the most money on this is if you tread water until you hit the jackpot or the trifecta, and that's a $20 win there. We're up $225. So let's go ahead and add a 5 to each again. And then when you hit the trifecta, it's going to really bring you up in profit. Okay, that's a $25 loss. Let's go ahead and increase those again. Now we're at 90 total. Here we go. That's a 27 red. That's 2 out of 3. $30 win. We're up $230. We'll keep increasing. Now we're at 35 each, 105 total. Excuse me. That's not good. That's a 6 black. $35 loss. Let's go ahead and add 5 to each. And let's get a red odd number. Maybe it'll be low. You never know. That's a 35 black. $40 loss, up 155. Excuse me. Let's see what we get here. Almost hit the 9 red. That would have been nice, but 28 was horrible. It's a 135 loss. We're going to increase again. Excuse me. I'm still trying to get over pneumonia. Now, hopefully I'm getting closer to getting better here. That's a 14 red. $50 win. We'll take that. We're up $70. And we're going to increase again. It's been a long road being sick this time of year. And that's a 12 red. It's another $55 win. And we just hit the 15-minute mark. So we were up over $500 with this one. We ended up $125 up after 15 minutes. Let me know what you think down in the comments as usual. And that would be fantastic. And I hope you're enjoying this ride with me, searching for the best roulette system each and every day. If you are, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep growing this community of people that absolutely love roulette. And this is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.